All right, hey everyone. This is our SB9 syndication webinar. We're recording now, and this if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Please press that subscribe. We just hit 200 subscribers, so we're hoping to get 1,000 subscribers here very soon. But so yeah, my name is John. I am the co-founder of Brickwork, and we're a prop tech startup based in Los Angeles. My partner Alex runs a land use consulting firm, and the value that we bring to our users is we let you know what you could build on parcels and lots within and around Los Angeles. Infill goes from if you want to build 100 to 200 units. But more recently, we've been hyper-focused on the opportunity that Senate Bill 9 presents. And so that's what I'm going to be presenting today. Is we have a project that we're very excited about, we want to move forward on, and we're syndicating capital, which are our investors, to be able to join us, to be able to build on this project. So I'm joined by Kamran. He is the principal at X3 Build. Hey, Kamran.
Hey, John. Thank you for the introduction. Good to be here. Excited to be part of this collaboration with you. And yeah, it's going to be a new frontier with these SB9 projects. So we're excited to be a part of it. And a little bit about us, yes. Our company. We are second generation developers and contractors. We started X3. There's three of us, and we started to focus on not only stick build, but prefab. And so we've become kind of the preferred local contractor for all the local prefab modular builders in Southern California and actually Northern California as well. So we have a lot of expertise building these kind of modular homes. And this opportunity to do these ADUs and these duplexes, it fits right into our comfort zone, and we can definitely deliver these and build a beautiful product as what you have pictured behind you. These are the kind of projects we like to do. But yeah, our website's x3build.com. You can take a look and see some of our projects and what we're about. But yeah, we're excited to team up and get this green lawn project up and running.
Awesome. Yeah. So just to the audience, the background, we've been at this since last year when it was new, and we saw this as an opportunity, but we've talked to multiple potential partners, and Kamran and X3 just is the right partner at the right time, right? And so I'm excited for this opportunity, and let's get right into it. I'm gonna share my screen and my deck, and of course, all of this is going to be available. Anybody watching interested, reach out to me, john@brickwork.la. It's all the contact info is going to be in the show notes. And also for Kamran, if you're watching, you already have a property that you want to build, reach out to Kamran to help. He's our preferred general contractor for Brickwork as well. So, anyone that wants to inquire on building something in their backyard, utilizing SB9, start with us, with our reports to let you know what you can build, and Kamran and his team could build it for you. In-house design, everything, obviously one-stop shop there. So, okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen right now. So this is, we essentially are syndicating capital. So just for the audience, just to understand this, a very high level, we're going to have opportunities to meet with you directly on Zoom, have calls. We'll explain it more in detail. So the purpose of this presentation is more high level, but syndication is just where, when you're looking at real estate, and you could syndicate anything, single family, value add, multifamily, building rentals like what we're doing, or even building apartments and mixed-use projects at 400 units, they all mostly syndicate capital, which is just there is a portion of equity that they raise from investors, and that could be individual investors, accredited. It could come from institutional, like private equity and REITs and funds. And so that's what syndication is. So just high level, just wanted to cover that. And so, like I mentioned, Brickwork, we help you comprehend city zoning to build apartments, houses, and ADUs. The problem is apparent, in the news, but we are not building enough housing. We have a housing crisis. I have to update that number. It's the latest LA Times article said that California is actually short 1 million. So it's getting worse. It's not improving. We're that much short. And Freddie Mac said nationwide, it's 5 million. So it is obviously a problem that we have to tackle head on. The barrier of entry, yes, highly localized, outdated zoning laws. It's very difficult to understand. And obviously there was a disruption during COVID, which still continues on today, which is the supply chain crisis, labor shortage, increased cost to build, already creating a bottleneck to build units. We at Brickwork are land use experts. So my partner, Alex, runs Irvine Associates. They're all ex-city planners. And so we're intimately aware of not only what you can and can't build, but also all of the overlays that cause you to be confused and not understand what you can build. And the city of LA has, I would say in the nation, probably the top 5 worst city to understand, because block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, so many overlays included in this. So what we are trying to do is develop middle market housing. What we see as an opportunity right now is utilizing Senate Bill 9 and the ADU laws to build duplexes and ADUs on single family lots to keep as rentals. You're not taking away from inventory, you're actually adding to inventory. So you're converting a single family lot and you're adding 4 units. So you're adding 3 more units into the problem that we had, which is the million shortage in California. And we're creating a preferred partnership, LLC partnership, to be able to build these. And that's why we're syndicating this capital. The build to rent strategy and the opportunity is huge. So, institutions like Blackstone and Starwood and others on down are projected to spend or invest $1 trillion in the next 7 years. That's a huge, huge build. And what they're doing is a lot of them are just purchasing these single families at scale as rentals. So again, they're not aligned with build to rent. They're more purchase current single families and all the way up to 4 unit properties and just converting them as rentals. So right now, as you can see, institutions are projected to own 40% of the 20 million single family properties in the US if they get to there. And so 95% of single families are still owned by mostly individuals. So they currently control 5% of the market and they're trying to get to 40%. And obviously they own a majority of the existing multifamily. Build to rent is projected to be the fastest growing residential market segment over the next several years. There is every convention conference that's going on right now, the buzzword is build to rent, and there are huge communities being built in the Phoenix area that I know of with the national home builder that's partnering with the PropTech company to be able to identify and build these communities as well. So, okay. So right now, what we're discussing is there is an empty lot. I say Culver City because Google Maps, everything shows Culver City, but it's actually subject to LA City zoning. That's why we really like this property, right? Because again, just to backtrack, that in order to utilize SB9 and ADU, right, and also purchase it without triggering owner occupancy. So we're not splitting the lot here. We're building it by right, and we're not capped at 800 square feet per unit. All of this can only be done right now at the city of LA Ventura County, but we're focused on city of LA, and that's it. So if it's in non unincorporated cities within LA County, you're not able to do this. So Culver City, Burbank, Glendale, West Hollywood, Pasadena, the list goes on. So many of these cities have decided not to allow for this. So right now, we really like this because it's city of LA, but it's right across the street from Culver City. So we're looking at the opportunity. It's a 9,700 square foot lot to build 4 units on here, which roughly comes out to 8,200 buildable square feet, which is a high ROI on a lot, right? Like on an R1 lot, this was next to impossible to build out this much square footage. Again, with R1 zoning. I'm not talking about R2, R3, R4, which you can. I'm talking about R1. Right now we're raising minimum 100,000 investment and $1 million of equity is required. So we're looking at a maximum of 10 investors for this project. But, as we're continuing these projects, if not this one, we're going to be identifying more in the future. So for right now, we're limiting it to 10 investors. These numbers are, again, estimated projected returns on rent, annual and cap rate. And what we want to do is meet with you personally to actually discuss it in more detail. Again, this was just in our deck that wants to show you what the projected rental income valuation is, and also return on IRR and equity multiple. But we'll discuss that more in detail with you individually. This is a massing that we actually provide at Brickwork. That's part of our reports for SB9 and ADU. So this project or property is an empty lot, as you can see. And this is the initial, not what we're going to end up building, but this provides the ceiling. So we're looking at a duplex, 2,100 square feet, 2-story units attached here in the front part of the lot. And we have space and room to build 2,000 square foot ADUs each, 2 of them. And in this example, we could go 2 stories. 2 stories in the city of LA currently means 18 feet. So you're looking at, it was originally 16, but now that it's gone to 18, it allows flexibility to design and build 2-story. My hope is we get to 22 feet. Then you're really opening up the envelope for more type of builds. Here's a top-down view of what we're looking at. And again, this is just the Brickwork report on what's allowed. Kamran and I are going to actually go and look at this and design this, and we'll provide those to the interested investors. But this video is just high level. And look, this also timeline is projected. We're looking at an opportunity where I think we ideally wanted everything to be parallel permit processing, and what the city of LA has come up with based on a new state bill is that initially you had to get to C of O on the duplex before you even submit plans for the ADU, which extended this time period. Now there's a lot of overlap, and so we're conservatively projecting 15 months to get permits and to ultimately build. Again, this is a variable that we're both going to be working on based on what exactly we're building. But this gives you kind of an idea that now you don't have to wait for C of O. You can actually submit ADU plans when you get permitted for duplex, but there is an overlap, but there's also a time period that you wait to actually break ground on the ADU as well. So we'll go into more in detail, but this was just high level. So, my partner Alex and I are founders of Brickwork, and Alex's firm, Irvine Associates, will be handling the expedited permit processing for this project. And just for everyone listening to know, the person at City Planning in LA who wrote the SB9 implementation memo is also the person that's we're consulting with, so that we 100% understand what we can and can't do. And while we also submit the permits, that we know clearly what path to take. So anyways, I got to throw that out there, that we're not just going in blind. We actually are very connected with the person that wrote the memo. And of course, Kamran, X3 build, out of all of the multiple general contractors and also developers that we met with, our visions align in what we're trying to do, and he is the perfect partner and has all the experience for this project. So that is our deck. Kamran, what are your input or thoughts? Awesome.
I think you did a great job, John. You explained everything, and it's a great detail. Yeah, I mean, it just we'll work on basically giving a detailed construction budget, putting together for a stick build, and then we could also look at it to do a connect homes maybe, and then we could weigh whatever we think will be the best cost-wise, time-wise. So we'll look at both scenarios. So we'll see what the best fit is for, obviously, for the investment. But besides that, I think you did a great job of just explaining the whole process, and yeah, let's see who's interested, and let's put together something, and we'll get more information on this, and we'll get more details as we go further along, and we'd be happy to get this started, like I said.
Yeah, awesome. I'm excited about this being the first project that break ground. And just for the audience, so there's 6 million single family homes that are SB9 qualified. So how many single family homes are there in California? 8.5 million. So from 8.5 million single family homes, 6 million are SB9 qualified. So this is such a huge opportunity for multiple homeowners to utilize, developers to utilize. I mean, it's really a good opportunity. Even out of the 6 million, there's 400,000 that have been deemed market feasible. Of course, they're looking at very macro demographics and like price per square foot for if you were to rent it, or the valuations post build, like all of this stuff was factored in. And even then they whittled it down and said, look, there's 400,000 that we identified that you should be building on, right? And out of the 400,000, you only have 53 permits that were issued in all of California last year. That's insane, right? And so we proactively want to change that number. We really want this as, number one, it has to be feasible to build. So of course, we are, looking at our financial models and the construction costs, weighing the stick and also the modular component, and seeing which one makes sense. And we do want to provide a healthy return for our investors that are watching and interested in investing this. But the other part of this is we really want this to be a proof of concept to show, number one, the city will approve this project, right? I think that's been also a barrier of entry in the uncertainty. Are you sure the city is actually going to let you do this? And then number two is we want this to be utilized by multiple homeowners, investors, other developers, because there's plenty of these properties that could be that could utilize this. They don't have to be the full blown out empty lot, let's build as much as we can. It could be a homeowner with a backyard. You could build one unit, you could build a duplex. And the difference here is an ADU is one unit for a single family. SB9, if you do have a duplex, meaning you attach it, and there's multiple ways Kamran can share with you when you reach out to him, in that if you have a home, you could attach another unit and that'll be considered a duplex, or you could just scrape the existing home, build a duplex. Why are we building a duplex? Is because now you're activating the ADU law and you could build 2 ADUs versus 1. So it just provides more buildable square footage there. But again, if you're a homeowner watching this, the difference between SB9 and ADU, I think, is that ADU, as a R1 single family homeowner, you're only able to build up to 1,200 square feet or 800 square feet. These laws are different between cities. And so, but in SB9, as long as it's in the city of LA, you're going to be building a bigger home because of your lot size and your zoning that lets you do that. But you need to start with a brickwork report that will tell you exactly what that square footage is. So that's really the opportunity. So anyways, Kamran, thank you for joining me on this one.
Sure. Yeah, great to be here. Thanks you. Yeah, keep me posted on this, and we'll get you those numbers, and we can assess it on the next call.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. This was great. Please reach out to us if you're interested, and we're going to be moving forward on our plans to provide more detail on exactly what this is going to come out to. And if you're interested in investing, please reach out to us. Thanks so much.